but is there any kind of program that progresses to the point where it's just like, hey, there's a no bullshit here. Like it, leave it, whatever.
Yeah.
For example, when I teach women's self-defense, I only get them for one day. So what happens
Right.
is they show up. I'm not a part of any school. I have them at the base, and I'm training their husbands, and their husbands are like, "Hey, this guy's like psychotic. Why don't you come, train with him?" And he'll probably teach you something that's a little bit different than the martial arts guy down the street. And I start off my program by going, "Look, I don't want you as a student. You didn't pay me anything. I'm here. My whole goal is that when you walk out, you're a little bit safer. So if you hate me by the end of it, that's fine.
Right.
If you feel that I was a little too graphic, that's fine. There was a disclaimer, before we even
Yeah.
started this. I have no desire to sugarcoat anything. I just want you to know that if a man grabs you and then tries to throw you on the ground, he's not doing it because he wants to pass your guard.
Right.
Okay? Like the thing is that there's one and I will not have enough time to teach you anything outside that. So I need to train you psychologically how to deal with that. I also need to be realistic about what you can do with a full grown man, right? And we don't want to get into any of what they should be able to do. The idea is that you have been ambushed, you have a violent person on you, and they in turn are there for a very, very graphic, violent, and really screwed up reason.
Yep.
And I'm the asshole that has to teach you how to survive that, or at least have the ability to do what they call active resistance, which is fighting. And if you don't know how to do it effectively, you're not really actively resisting.
Right.
So is there a class that you cover on that where it's just like,
Yeah.
here's the world, swallow that pill?
Yeah. So in my Charlotte Center, I have sim rooms built where we run force on force and stuff like that. And there's couches and there's a mattress and there's end tables and bookshelves and it's like the world, you know. Yeah, I've been in shoot houses where it's don't
Big open place.
don't feed to the center of the room.
Right.
Well, that's easy to do in most shoot houses because there's
no
nothing on the walls, but that's not the real world. So the things like, and again, I've done jiu-jitsu since 1998. Well, shrimp, buck your hips, blah, 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 whatever. That shit doesn't work on a couch.
Right.
Doesn't. Well, how do you find that out? Pin somebody on a couch, So we have classes where, and it can be a one-off, and honestly, my goal with most of those is to let people figure out you don't know shit, you're not prepared, you need more than just this. Now, if that more is you go get a knife and you figure out how to use that knife and get the mindset and mentality, or a gun or whatever it is, fine. It's your life, it's your world. I can't. But if I take somebody and I put them in that sim room, or any of those sim rooms, and I've taken really good people that on the mats or in a ring or whatever, they run through people.
Right.
But that stuff doesn't always translate.
Usually never translates.
Yeah.
It's a completely different environment.
It's just even guy, again, good guy. I've got good friends that we're third group, fifth group. It's different, Now those guys have had different experiences for sure, and they've dealt with their things in the room. But the average person that comes to us, it's deer in the headlights, and just something as simple as turning off the lights changes everything. If it's going to be a home invasion, probably going to be dark.
Right.
If you're going to be attacked outside, it's probably going to be dark.
Yeah.
The jogger recently, it was 4:30 in the morning. That changes things. And my ability to be able to fight when I can't see has to have come from touching hands a lot of times, and feeling energy in real time. If it's just I do this, they do that, and all of a sudden I'm on my back on a couch, I'm bucking my hips. Well, nothing's happening. Right. I'm sinking down into this couch or this mattress, or and I think we've talked before about you mentioned women's self-defense stuff. Well, I'm going to mount her and pin her wrists to the floor. Well, for what? Right. what am I teaching her? Like, why does she need to know a mount escape? Like, what's the attack here? What's the goal? What is the bad guy trying to do?
Mhm.
Now, I'll do the same thing in guard. Okay, we can have that conversation, but in guard on a mattress is going to be different.
Right.
It just is, you know.
Or I talk to people all the time. I'm like, you know, if you're under the covers, that's an element that people don't even think about. You want to learn how to be completely helpless. Just have someone kneel on covers while they're around you.
I won't out him. It's somebody we both know and like, but I did a video a couple months ago in our sim rooms with he set up the scenario,
Mhm.
and it was home invasion kind of thing. He was coming in, and he put me and another well-known YouTube guy on the bed.
Mhm.
He comes in and jumps on me. The other guy just bolts, like he just bails out of the room, which was probably a good play. At some point, I end up throwing a sheet over his head and wedge his head between the mattress and the wall.
Right.
And he completely panicked, freaked out because he couldn't see, he was literally wedged between the wall and the sheet was restricting his movement. If you're not doing stuff like that, man, you have no understanding of how quickly a really good trained person can just be completely immobilized by something like a sheet.
Yeah.